please don't be. Fuck.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, state your name and occupation.
Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat.
Oh, my chest. Oh, I'm shot. Murder.
Gotcha! I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier.
Oh, edgy boy. It's been once a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet, it was the Wicked Witch of the witness stand.
I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime.
Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know. Please. That was my turn.
Well, you took 2 turns in a row before, so...
Shush, I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps.
Yes, madam. No, please, by all means, interrupt her. Please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please.
It's true what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with?
The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag?
It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over that on guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I'm no interest in a little child like him. I believe it's a real man, Juan Carita.
Those two were the same age.
Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed in the night of the murder.
Leave it to me, Edgy Poo.
Please don't call me that.
Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat.
That's 3. You get 1 more.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard, Matt on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
So Mr. Ongard came out of the victim's room.
Okay, real quick. So assuming that, the button was found in his, the pants of his, costume, that means that if Ongard did kill him, he was in costume. So how would she recognize him?
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. How'd she know it was him?
This
He
is
was in
gonna
his
be- this is a
costume.
repeat.
Anyone could be wearing the costume.
This is going to be a repeat of the previous thing where she was like, I know it was him. And later on, no, it turns out I just saw the costume and made an assumption.
Yep.
It's going to be just like that.
Yep.
See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
I think I'd rather stick a knife in my throat.
Well, we have spares. Go ahead.
Alright, let's do this. Ms. Oldbag, what was your post on that night?
Wooden.
The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for that traffic show. Also, whoever made that pun, rat-a-tat-tat-tat.
That gotcha.
But I refuse to help, I'll have you know. It was for that lead-headed samurai show. Heh, I even took out a few of the nails.
Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on.
Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me. So I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little.
And that's when you went to hang around the victim's door. Something you were interested in, and just what was that?
It's not some little thing I could just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. Ah, and Edgy, of course.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor.
Gossip.
If this has something to do with the case, then you can append it to your testimony.
It looks like we should enforce it right now.
Shut your whole mouth. Did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time?
Well,
Oh, no, right. Oh? Then would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Kurita's room?
I have no idea. I wasn't born so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I kept keeping track of how old I really am.
Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not recorded in the report. In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct?
I feel like whenever you do Edgeworth's voice, it sounds like there's wind hitting the microphone.
Sorry, that time there was wind hitting the microphone.
Are you outside?
No, I was walking under a ceiling fan.
Who in the world was that?
I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of Jawan's room. It was... He was...
Yes, he was.
I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to have Franziska's whip right about now.
Well, I guess I can tell you, since he was such a bad boy anyway.
You saw my client. Are you sure about that?
Yesy?
Really?
Annoying brat! When I say I saw someone, I saw that person.
Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a mess like last year, I should delve into this a bit further.
Do it, man.
Here's the thing. The clothes or the face? Because I feel like either one could really point towards, was he wearing his costume?
Yeah, let's go with the clothes, since that's a direct thing.
Alright, I'll do that just in case. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are. Really, as if something like that matters.
But it does.
Now what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing.
What thing?
That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racing jacket.
Ah, he was wearing that at the detention center, too.
So why would he be wearing his special pants with that?
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Humph, men.
Right.
So, Mr. Wright, was his testimony just now important or relevant in any way? Yeah, he wasn't wearing his special pants.
Of course it was important, Your Honor.
Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important.
I would if you didn't interrupt me, douchebag.
It's my job. To be a douchebag, I mean.
Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright. Witness, please.
Ah, well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must.
Alright, should I press this or just play the damn button?
I think press.
Alright. Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket?
What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it.
She is so sure of herself that it's to the point of self-absorption. She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. That's bad for us, really bad. But that's how the human mind is. It also has the tendency to jump off topic. She's strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right? That's because you're not the one who has to question her.
She said she's never seen him in costume. Any comment?
I'm pretty sure that's a lie. Okay, I'm gonna do that real quick. Ms. Oldbag.
What? Don't say my name for no reason.
Do you know what this is?
Ah, it's button number 2 on the Jam and Ninjas costume.
Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance.
Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this!
Wow, she really is a die-hard fan of what a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Onguard's body during a full body search.
See? See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal Ongard.
It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai hakama pants.
See? See? And Ongard is the nickel samurai!
Witness! Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt Ungard, was wearing his usual racing jacket?
Ah, I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear! If I wore the trendiest dress, then maybe you think I was the most gorgeous woman ever, but instead I have to put up with wearing this ridiculous looking outfit. You'd agree this outfit is hideous, right? I've got a tape recorder stuck on my chest. Let me tell you, it's heavy. So heavy, I wish we could switch it to see these Asians go. And I give you that treatment life for all those kids out there I work hard with a smile on my face. Don't you understand? Now take a look at the mirror. Your clothes are about as interesting as the documentary on Curly. You should take a tip or two from Edgy Poo. Now he's got style.
The fuck? Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw, in actuality, was not Mr. Engard, the man.
Ungard.
Mr. Engard, the man, but Mr. Engard, the Nickel Samurai.
But when you think about it,
Row.
they're really one and the same anyway.
Hang on, I need water. We're about 3 hours in and my throat's already dying because of Oldbag. I hope she doesn't show up anymore. Please let her die.
Well, I know for sure she's in some later games.
Fuck. His Oldbag. This is a very important point we're talking about.
Edgy Poo, do you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth thinking about.
Just say it's important and agree with me for a change.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. Fucking
All
bitch.
right, if you insist.
I should be the one sighing, not you. Who I saw.
Ungard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right, it was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume.
Thank you, Nick.
What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things.
But the possibility does exist.
Ah, young'uns today, I told you there is no way it was anyone else.
How do you know that?
Because I said so, and what I say is the truth.
At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Please do so with... fucking I don't know.
An AK-47?
You know what? Yeah, sure.
Would you please get on with your testimony?
Watch your language, young man. What sort of tone is that to take with an elder? My youthfulness isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me for everything. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'll start singing at the top of my lungs.
Oh God, please no.
What?
A striking figure by the sea, standing all alone is he. He's the Nickel Samurai.
She's actually singing, "Someone Help My Poor Ears."
Mr. Edgeworth, can you please do something about this racket? Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later if you be good and stick to the facts.
Okay. You promise, right?
Right, I'll be sending the bill for the chewing gum to your office at a later date.
Remind me to send you a thank you note later too, Edgeworth, old chum. Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not?
Not too long ago. Then let me ask you this. When you were itty-bitty, what was your grand dream?
Huh?
What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper?
My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be Judge Wagner, hero of the public's court. So what?
See? And look at where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you?
Well,
What I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things like that? The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past.
since when did court become theatrics over testimonies?
All that matters is that man was inside that costume. Isn't that enough?
Oh, God. And why would that be?
That way, no one can see his face, of course.
But there's still no advantage for him that I can see. In fact, you would think the costume would make him stand out all the more.
You are such a annoying child, do you know that? You disagree with everything I say.
Isn't that what you're always doing to me?
I got it. Maybe it was more troublesome for him to change in and out of his costume.
That's actually a fair point. Costumes are usually a pain in the ass.
Rhino, I don't care what she says. I don't care if she says 2 + 2 is 4. Never agree with her.
Die.
Was there anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show?
Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesture thing.
And that included the Jammin' Ninja.
Of course it included him. That's why when On Guard came out of Dear Juan's room, I didn't give it a second thought.
I see.
Well, anyway. So let me ask...
Wait. What? So let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it really was the Nickel Samurai.
As showy as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning?
Can I throw in the towel yet? You don't need to think too hard on this one. Huh? There's a contradiction in her testimony and it's sitting in plain sight. The question is what that contradiction means for us. Well, I have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay. Okay.
Why are you being all vague and shit when your sister's life is on the line?
I just need to figure out at what point I'm supposed to present what. Because I know what I'm supposed to say. I'm supposed to say, if he was wearing his costume, you wouldn't have been able to see his face.
Right.
Shit, I actually have no clue. Like, I imagine I'm supposed to present like this, maybe.
Maybe. That one's a little bit too vague for me. Oh, sorry.
It's a picture of the Nickel Samurai. So.
Okay, yeah. I was looking at the text, not the...
Yeah, I know. Okay, so not this text, I'm fairly certain.
Yeah. Well,
maybe the second one.
It was the Nickel Samurai one I saw. It was pretty...
The Nickel Samurai, that's right, it was the Nickel Samurai that I saw.
That would be the point where I would be like, so you saw this thing, this full body costume, including mask.
Yes, it would have been convenient for him to... No.
Unless we're supposed to pull out, he had the stage show right after, so who the hell else had the thing, but that doesn't really help us.
Nope. I am just going to undo that one, because this one is just straight up confusing.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what the answer is.
Like, I know what the answer is, it's figuring it out. Like, normally I don't like resetting after getting something wrong, but I'm making an exception here because it's extraordinarily vague. And it's either going to be...
And it's Oldbag.
And yeah, it's also going to be it's probably very unintuitive.
Yeah. Because Wright didn't deal with old lady logic. Maybe it would be convenient for him to wear it, and then we show it, and we're saying this is not a convenient costume to move in.
No, that is not the contradiction we're trying to point out. Plus, also considering he films in that thing and probably does stunts, it's probably more flexible than it looks.
I guess.
What, am I supposed to present him? Wait, where is he? He got pushed over. What the hell? Oh, it just got reorganized. That's weird.
Court first, other people second.
Nope. Okay. This one's very unintuitive. It doesn't make sense. At what point am I supposed to present what? In order to say, how did you see his face?
I don't know. And Maya's just sitting there like, oh, it's easy. And it's just like, could you help?
Wait. Or is it? Or am I supposed to play the autopsy report on this because he was actually strangled?
Ah, there's something.
If this doesn't work, I'll reset again. It didn't work.
Damn it! I guess that's all she knows. So it's not really her being contradicted. It's just she doesn't know how he died.
It's interesting how the best music is when the music stops, because that means you played something right. It's kind of funny.
There isn't victory music, there's just no more losing music. God damn.
We might just have to, like, spam everything.
Oh boy. Damn you, Oldbag, you're messing up our trial.
Okay, let's start ruling out any evidence that we won't need. Like, obviously it's not going to be the badge, the Magatama, the transceiver, or the camera.
Or the map.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not going to be the map. I think probably not the clipping either, and I don't think it'd be the press conference ticket. I thought maybe if she mentioned the press conference, I could play and be like, objection, he didn't know about it or something, but...
Yeah,
it would have to be...
She was talking about the show stage. It would be convenient for him not to change, but wouldn't the other guy have to go too, or... no, I don't think...
No, he was... Remember, one was also in costume.
Yeah.
It's not the guitar, the wine glass, probably not the photo. It's not going to be these reports, the knife, or the button. So I'm pretty sure, and out of all this, so I'm pretty sure we have to play either Matt or the photo on one of these things. So I'm just going to keep resetting until I figure out which one is, and if I go through all of them and I fail all of them, then I have no fucking clue. Are we supposed to play Are we supposed to play the knife here? I don't know.
I'm kind of surprised no one's made a fencing joke.
Oh shit!
What?
Please take a look at this.
Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work.
No, that's not my intention at all.
That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct?
Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case?
You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Except he was wearing his costume, which has gloves, and oh my god.
Are you kidding me right now? Okay.
Leap of logic.
Yeah, that was a leap of logic right there, because here's the thing. The way it was going, it was very obvious that what we were supposed to point out is, how would you know it was him? He had a mask on.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like to me.
Instead, we have to say, wait, why would he wear the costume? He couldn't have been wearing the costume while stabbing him because his fingerprints were on it and the costume has gloves. Like, on one hand, I understand that, but on the other hand, that is in no way what they were clearly trying to get us to say.
Yeah, on the other hand, give us a little more lead up here.
Yeah. Like, I've been doing my best to never reset, aside from when using the Magatama, just because that's really annoying. So, that is exactly what I am driving.
That's what you're driving at. Hold on. What are we driving at? Whose car are we driving?
If Mr. Engard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife.
Gosh, gloves do exist.
Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off.
Rabble. Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves. I mean, hand socks, doesn't he? He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. That would be stupid.
And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There is no way he would do something like that.
However, there is one possibility.
Then let's hear your possibility!
It's very simple.
I was hoping you would just go back and forth with him like that for a while.
Me too.
It would be like, well, then let's hear your possibility. This is my possibility. Really? Yes! Are you certain of this? Indeed I am. You're stupid! No, you!
The defendant went to the victim's room all in the costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder.
Except you already said it would have been premeditated because he took the knife.
He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder did still take place. It's well known that the defendant and the victim have had bad blood between them. Yes, I have heard of that. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edwards' theory?
So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. That was like a happy face. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intentions of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory?
Fuck yeah!
This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony.
What are you babbling about?
Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Ongard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent.
Fucking knife! This knife's getting used a lot, isn't it?
This knife. This was used by Mr. Ongard at dinner.
Yes, we did establish that.
Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurita.
I suppose.
However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1.
Right.
And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us.
Rebel! Order! Order, I say! Order in the court!
Double cheese pizza.
Quiet, you. Had enough of your sass. I'm getting double pepperoni. Is this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
Hang on a moment. Let's hang on a moment. Obviously, one would say to frame Matt Ongard, but what about to hide the murder method? Or would that actually...
At first glance, everybody was like, oh, he was stabbed. And then they were like, oh, no, wait, he was strangled.
To be fair, autopsy reports exist, so...
Yeah.
It's to frame my client, Mr. Ongard, of course.
To frame. Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one?
But we just established that the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume, and if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. There we go.
Witness.
Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy? So I don't get my gum, do I?
Fuck no. Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nickel Samurai?
Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but...
Are you saying you mixed up Mr. Ongard with the Nickel Samurai, his character on TV?
But I mean, I can't really do anything about that. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure.
She wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai. Alright then, who were you waiting around for then?
That's top secret to anyone outside of security.
Well, I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Kurita. Am I correct, witness?
The way you think, you are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
So Oldbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Kurita. Maybe
his character?
Phoenix. Maybe the Oldbag was waiting around for that person. Andrews? If it's who I think me is hinting at, it's certainly possible.
Why would she wait for Andrews?
She hates her? Ms. Oldbag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? Remember, she... Okay.
She hated the rumors.
Yeah, it was either Andrews because of that purpose, or if she was waiting on Lotta for some reason. Either way, I'm going to make a save state there for my backup.
Who is this person?
This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On Guard's manager.
But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest room interrogation, Your Honor. Oh, this is. I see.
The judge seems to be really into the article, if it could be called such a thing.
Then this manager with the initials AA. Are you saying it's... What the fuck? Sorry, Spectre is chewing on a leaf very loudly. Adrian Andrews. Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff.
Witness? What in the world are you...
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling.
I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course. I rhymed.
What for?
Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that.
I don't believe you. Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here?
With a gun, Your Honor.
I really don't want to do this. However, I simply cannot let this point slide. I see. Very well then, witness, please testify about this secret information.
What are you eating, Rhino?
I'm not eating anything. That's Spectre drinking out of his water bowl behind me.
Oh.
Get ready. This is gonna take the wind out of you young'uns.
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old.
Whoosh. Boom, boom.